The two members of the English Defence League, or EDL, who planned to do a sponsored walk to Woolwich, where British soldier Lee Rigby was killed, have been arrested. Joint EDL leaders Tommy Robinson and Kevin Carroll were arrested outside Aldgate East Tube Station in East London, following an order the police made confining an Armed Forces Day demonstration to an area between Hyde Park Corner and Westminster. Unite Against Fascism, a pressure group, congregated in central London's Hyde Park to condemn the EDL. The pressure group made reference to British charity Help for Heroes and their decision to reject donations from the EDL.
Because Help for Heroes said that they couldn't raise funds for them. They were going to march today to raise funds for a poor child who's dying of cancer. So they said. But what they were really trying to do was exploit the death of Lee Rigby.
They start off by saying they're against extreme Muslims, then they're against all Muslims, then they're against anybody that says we shouldn't have a divided society. I've read about this before. Adolf Hitler said he was just against Jewish people trying to have too much influence inside Germany. It ended up in the Holocaust. He should have been stopped right from the beginning.
This is England. We should be allowed to walk the streets with no fear, no matter who you are. Whether you're, no matter what colour, what race you are, you should be allowed to walk along the street. It isn't about race.
Despite criticism from Unite Against Fascism, EDL members in Woolwich believe Mr Robinson's sponsored walk was an act of kindness after a charity rejected money the EDL leader raised for a child with cancer.
You know, they were coming here to lay a wreath. They were walking to raise money for a young girl that's got cancer. You know, so I think unfortunately there's too much made of the fact that it's EDL when we're not here as EDL today. We're just here as, you know, as just the general public, yeah.
But I just think it's a shame that he can't walk his own streets and lay flowers at memorials, do you know what I mean? Shows respect, especially on Armed Forces Day.
It's not an EDL day, it's Armed Forces. No one's in colours.
However, a large section of the British public believe the language and actions of the EDL are often extremist.
The turn of the 20th century, at the time when my grandparents were coming in, there was a group called the British Brothers League who were trying to stop Jewish immigration. And they're using the same kind of language as the English Defence League uses today against black minorities, particularly against Muslim minorities.
It's been around for a few years now. And I think anybody that's been to a counter demonstration, that's seen these people march, that's seen the kind of stuff, you know, the Sieg Heiling in the demonstrations, the attacks on the side of the demos, not just the attacks on mosques, you know, the whole thing is it's just an attack on Islam, you know, so, again, it's not a reality. You see Sikhs and Hindus being attacked as well. These are extremely violent and racist organisation.
Can you see any violence? There's been no violence from us. The only violence that's been so far was by that man that went along and cut an innocent man's head off. For what reason? Because he's a British soldier wearing a uniform. It's not good enough. Something needs to be done in this country, and it needs to be done now.
The police have released a statement saying that the order was imposed due to fears that both the march and gathering would result in serious disruption to the life of the community, and a breach of the conditions would be a criminal offence. Clearly, the actions of both the EDL and Unite Against Fascism have caused considerable debate, which may continue over the next few weeks and months. This is Celestina Olulode for JM1 in London.